I'm Kage Lake. I am an aspiring pro Smash player, trying to be the very best. Because one day I want to be Hokage. That's kind of where the name comes from. Plus, I main Link.
What's up, bro?
What's up, dude?
It's a long time coming. So, I want to make sure I'm gonna get the name right this time.
It's like Hokage, but no ho.
Noho,
No ho.
Kage,
It's Kage Link.
Kage Link.
And that goes with like the Naruto aesthetic that I run with, and then like, because I made the Breath of the Wild dark skin Link.
Okay, well first let's break that down. Why Link?
I really like his new bombs that they added. I've played Link since 64. Ultimate's the first one I've tried to take competitively. But like I said, I really like those bombs, man. The being able to place them somewhere and them not explode over a short amount of time. They do blow up after a while, but it's mainly about like laying a trap down, or putting it in someone's face to make them think about an option. Like you're trying to cut off an option.
It's all pretty much tactics, how you use the bombs, stuff. He has very good, maneuverability, so you can kind of set things up.
Yeah, so it's really nice because obviously he's a zoner. He has his boomerang, but he also has his really good nair that has a really good frame advantage off shield, and so it really complements his gameplay, I think. And I think there are certain things that you can do with the bomb that really elevate Link to a potential top tier.
Okay. And you've been playing Smash since 64?
Yeah. I have really good memories of playing it over at my cousin's house on her 64. Being able to play Link. Back then they didn't have the dark skin alternate costume, but ever since then, that's always been my favorite alternate costume.
Any particular reason why the dark skin one, or?
I really like the contrast to the character, and I've always liked that. Like if they were to make Dark Link an actual villain, I think that would be that'd be a very good storyline. Kind of like the yin and the yang kind of thing, and almost like Link always needs the darkness to help him stride through to become better.
And it's like sometimes he has to sacrifice parts of himself or gets himself dirty in order to save the princess.
Exactly.
Oh, I can see that.
Kind of like having to face your demons essentially.
Okay. Man, when you say it like that, it's cool. Okay. So for everybody that don't know, you are a deep Naruto fan.
I am, yeah.
Why Naruto, bro?
So I kind of was able to see myself a lot in Naruto. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, and so being able to kind of like project those feelings onto a character that I could relate to, and there's always the people in Naruto's life that made him look at life differently and not feel so alone. And I feel like that was always something that I wanted, and I was able to find, within family, and then very select friends that I've encountered in life, and those friends I usually stick with because you know, once you vibe with someone, you kind of just vibe with them, yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh man, I did think it's awesome because you carry like Naruto's kind of
Will of Fire.
definitely will fire. Definitely everything that he stands for with you.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, if you haven't had the chance to meet this guy, like he's freaking awesome. Like, you know, I can invite you to the cookout. I can invite you to this game. No, you're just a good person, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Is it sometimes challenging? Like, do you feel like you're not living up to the title?
Well, the title is a dream, and that's the way I've always seen it, and you know, it's achievable, but you have to put in so much work for it, and that's why, you know, I say I want to become Hokage, is because it's such a challenging thing, you know, what I want to do, like, you know, I really want to be able to take Smash seriously, and I want it to be a step toward the right direction. You know, I want to give my son something to, you know, look at and see, hey, you know, this guy's gonna, you know, hold on, edit that out. You know, I want my son to be able to look at me and you know that if you work hard for something, you can really achieve it. You know.
Yeah. So let me ask you, how did you even get into gaming?
I don't know, man. I've played games as long as I can remember, man. All sorts of games. Like, I remember some of my first memories of gaming being Smash. Um, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Was another really good one. It was always nice because I had a really good older brother to, you know, kind of help me out whenever I got stuck in certain games, and you know
had that.
Yeah, it's always nice to have the older brothers to help you out, man. To this day, I don't think, you know, I beat Metal Gear Solid by myself until maybe my third or fourth playthrough. And you know, and it's really cool because sometimes, you know, I'll find a game that I really like, and you know, he'll give it a try and he'll like it, and then, you know, there are other games that he's really passionate about that, you know, I'll try. He's really big into the Dark Souls games, and I really like Sekiro, you know, obviously for the Japanese aesthetic. But that was really fun. A really good storyline as well.
Have you tried Ghost?
No, I haven't tried Ghost. I don't know. I looked up a couple videos. I didn't really like the gameplay. It seemed less grounded in reality, which is weird because it's not like Sekiro is really that much grounded in reality. But
was it the combat more slow paced for you, or what was it?
Well, I don't think it was slow paced. I think it was just, I don't know. I really like the sword on sword combat. The adding the different weapons probably didn't really do it for me. The what do you have, like a long bow, a short bow? You have a spear too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like fucking katana fights, dude. like favorite Tarantino movie is Kill Bill for sure.
Yes.
It's such a good movie.
It's just underrated, man. Okay, classic. Okay, so I mean, if you don't know already, so you participate in tournaments.
I do.
You know,
as often as I can, thanks to Corona.
How do you get yourself ready for a tournament? Like, what's that experience like? What's the feeling?
So for, you know, obviously I play a lot throughout the week. You know, whenever my son goes to bed, it's pretty much, you know, a good time to, you know, either spend it with my wife, or, you know, watch movies, or, you know, practice on Smash. So, you know, I get that time Um, but as far as like right before a tournament, I like to um, play probably an hour at least. I usually take my lunch break and I take it to practice, movement, different tech that Link can do. Bomb recovery is a very important thing, to be able to mix up between spin attack coming from under the stage and then being able to bomb recover not only high, but also being able to tech on the stage and avoid, you know, getting ledge trapped, essentially.
So, I mean, obviously you practice a lot. Um, do you ever feel like nervous going into a tournament, or how do
Oh,
you
absolutely, all the time.
how do you
Um,
deal with that?
how do I deal with that? I like to listen to a lot of music. Honestly, gets me, either pumped or calmed down, depending on, you know, how I'm feeling. I have a pretty big playlist. Probably about 60, 70 songs of songs that I listen to before Smash Tournament,
Okay.
and then even also during. Depending on how nervous I am going up to a match, I'll either listen to music or be fiddling with my phone beforehand.
Okay. We're gonna have to get that playlist from you. um, so how do you? We talked about getting ready for a tournament. So how do you deal with like, the pressure? How do you deal with like sometimes the loss? How do you get back up? How
I
do you
throw my
keep going?
controller on the ground whenever I lose. And I throw a really big fat. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. You just kind of have to like think about what you did wrong, because 99% of the time it's a personal um, interaction that you have with yourself that really determines on whether or not you can go on to becoming a really good Smash player. You got to have that mentality of, okay, well, what did I do wrong? What did I mess up?
Take everything as a learning opportunity.
Exactly. That's the best way you need to look at it, because every single time you lose, it's because you lost. You were not as good as the other person. Um, and sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes it feels like someone's using a cheap character. But if someone's using the cheesiest character, um, unless it's online sucks. Nintendo, fix your shit. Um, but if you're in person, any sort of like cheesiness, then something that should be considered not fair for most people. It should be something that should be overcome, thought about in a smart way and overcome.
Yeah. Okay. So Kage Link. When do you? So, how often do you do tournaments? You say as often as possible.
Yeah, as often as possible. So I was recently at it's a 3-part invitational with the final tournament taking place December 1st. It's Respawn out in it's just Respawn.
Respawn.
So and I recently got 7th, and that would mean top 8 with the tournament size. So fortunately enough for me, I'm able to go out December 1st and take part in a 21 person tournament.
That's awesome, bro.
And I think it's a $200 prize pot. It's pretty nice, man.
Okay. Any advice for like somebody that's trying to get into professional Smash?
Well, I mean, I'm not really a professional either, so I mean, it's really just about going to tournaments, having a passion for it, and just wanting to play it, man. Wanting to do the best you can, and beat the people in front of you, and just keep climbing to the top.
Now, do you feel like you're at a disadvantage, when you only stick with one character, or?
I do. I feel like I'm a huge disadvantage a lot of the time, but I personally feel like there's always a strategy for everyone. I think Ultimate is pretty well balanced. Obviously, personally, Link can get overwhelmed with um, characters that can get quick in his face, like the sword characters.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who can gimp his recovery with a reflect is always an issue that you have to look out for. Um, but I don't think any matchup is impossible to win. I feel like with the right strategy and the right knowledge of the matchup, you could really pull out any victory.
Turn it around.
Yeah.
Okay. So I gotta ask: does the controller really matter?
Hmm?
Does the controller really matter?
I think it's all personal preference.
Okay.
There's a lot of really good Smash players who swear by the Pro controller. I personally like the GameCube controller simply because, and it's really weird because I don't have an original GameCube. I have like one of the wireless ones, so it has like 4 triggers in the back instead of the traditional 3. So that personally helps me, but I think the button layout, the BAXY buttons, the layout is a lot more comfortable for me personally than the same button layout on the Pro controller, just because it feels more like a PlayStation controller, but a little bit bulkier, less curved, more like I would say like the body shape is probably more like a GameCube, or I'm sorry, not a GameCube, like an Xbox, and then the button layout is more like a PlayStation.
How do you keep yourself from being like, I don't know? So a lot of times, at least me, I get it when playing somebody. How do you keep yourself from getting bored of a game or like just like burnt out?
So it's actually kind of hard to get burnout on a game that has now 80 plus characters. Even someone like me who plays only one character, there's always something to learn, whether that's movement, not really directions, but movement options. There's always tech options you can learn, different setups. And then obviously matchup knowledge is a huge thing in Smash. Knowing what normally a character using or a person using that character is going to do. So it's really interesting to always have that knowledge to learn.
It's like you. I mean, every time you talk about Smash, bro, it's like a genius at work. Because it's like, for me, it's like, it sounds like completely like rocket science, but like you talk about it in such detail.
You want to talk about rocket science, man? Fucking bomb recovery is no joke, man. It's very difficult to get down and master, and there's several different ways it can be utilized.
I mean, I know I've seen some like just how you do it off stage to how you do it mid fight. It's incredible. Yeah. I know you practice that a lot just to be able to pull those off.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a before tournament practice, getting those bomb recoveries down.
Okay. I mean, are you even excited about like the new generation, the new consoles and everything? PlayStation 5, Xbox.
I am excited for the PlayStation 5 because I've always been a PlayStation fanboy, but we really don't have the money for it. We just got a house. We just had a baby not too long ago, about a year ago.
So you're gonna
there's other priorities, and
yeah.
I'm lucky and blessed enough to have Smash to get that personal time with and if it becomes something more, it would really be great.
Do you, if they stop supporting a game, stop putting out DLC and stuff like that, would that make you less? Do you feel like
Like online
player
support, like better like keeping up with the servers or
not really keeping, the extra stuff, the new DLCs, new characters, new balance updates. If they stop doing those type of things, do you feel like that will shift the community, or do you feel like the community is stable enough now to go a year or two without a new Smash game?
I think we could go 3 years without a new Smash game. Honestly, I mean, there's so much content there, and not only do you have 80+ characters, but I feel like the community could carry it another 3 years. If they stopped right now, they didn't release any more patch notes. I mean, they kept servers alive. I mean, God forbid they fucking killed servers. Not that their servers are top notch. It's gotten a little bit better with the past couple of updates, but I mean, really, it's
got a long way to go.
Yeah, there's still not crisp input. There's always input delay. Even if you're doing both people on LAN, there's an opportunity that the arena can close. That it's honestly pretty ridiculous that Nintendo is so far behind on internet activity and how we interact as people now playing online.
It's like they focus on the interactiveness, but they forgot about the interactiveness when it comes to online play. It's just like,
well, it should be accessible and it should run properly. It shouldn't have as much delay. It shouldn't have as much, and I don't know, man.
I know, it's frustrating. Well, I think that's all my questions. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really, man.
Alright, we're gonna close out.
Shout out to my wife, Lauren, on Player Check with the Wolf. Check me out on my Facebook, my YouTube, my Twitter, my Instagram, all of my social medias, and especially my Twitch. I'll be starting stream soon. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Y'all have a good night.